guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. And I wanted to do a video. I saw this post here. It's quiet time right now for JP Dokkan. Well, sort of. You know, once Dokkan Fest Gohan and all the Super Battle Road stages, you know, there is going to be a plethora of content. Looking forward to trying these new item runs and these new stages and stuff like that. I saw this post right here, and I mean, this is an interesting one. I decided to hop in because this is an opportunity for me to sort of push the agenda, my agenda, which is that these damn counter units are hella overrated, right? When you go into these really difficult stages nowadays, units like AGL Super Vegito, like his defensive abilities are pretty good. I would actually say he's like, the way some of these counter units work, in my eyes, we'll use AGL Super Vegito right here as an example. I would argue he is actually underrated defensively. People think that just because, you know, his defense, he has to get hit that one time, he's susceptible to taking a lot of damage on super attacks. People think that means he sucks defensively, which is not true, right? Like, you can definitely bring him into the God event, into all these difficult events, and, you know, just as long as you don't get unlucky, right, putting him in front of a super attack, he can really hold his own. He's not going to hold your team back unless he gets targeted by the super attack, right? Now, typically, when I'm running him nowadays, I'm not really, oh, let's put him in front of the slot where there's 50 attacks right there to get him supered. But he's not going to get you killed typically, especially if you're, like, trying to avoid where, like, a lot of the big supers are. But the thing is that a lot of these newer bosses, their defensive stats are actually relevant now, right? Like, when you're getting crit counters, everything's good, right? You're destroying, right? And I would like to point out, too, that when I'm talking about this, I'm not referring to this guy. This guy is not as an exception to what I'm talking about, because he's summonable LR, some of the highest stats in the game, and he has so many chances to crit. Like, this dude literally crits, like, every single counter, it feels like, for me, right? So, like, I'm not really counting him there. But, like, if you're not getting crits with these guys, it's just, like, they're just, like the damage, he's actually doing nothing. No damage whatsoever. So I'm going to be very curious to see, like, what the APT says about these units. I've for the most part always felt that counter units were very heavily overrated by these numbers that these fuckers are always calcing. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So points will be awarded to the character who has a higher APT, takes the least amount of damage. Each unit can win 2 points if they have a higher APT and defense than the unit it is facing, okay? APT will be calculated on typical 4.5 turn average. Defense will be calculated via damage taken rules, showing their full defensive capabilities. Units are calced at rainbow and unsupported, okay? At the end, there will be a strongest for a strongest, which takes the strongest unit for each character and puts them up against each other, right? This is Vegito versus Gogeta. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we got AGL Super Vegito versus STR Gogeta. Makes sense. So, Link... Okay, alright, well, sure. We're linking him up with STR Vegito. I mean, yeah, it's not, like, that's 4.5 turn average, right? This guy comes out on turn 4, so it's like turn 1, 2, 3, you're not linking him up with AGL Super Vegito, right? Alright, so they got all these links active. Again, this guy with a higher APT, I feel like, for the most part, STR Gogeta is doing more damage. Like when you're running them actually in game, right? Unless you're getting really lucky with the crits by Vegito, I feel like more often than not, you're probably going to see Gogeta do more damage. Vegito way better defensively. Like, that's not even in question, right? Like, this guy has no defense whatsoever, basically. Whereas Vegito is so tanky against normal attacks. He's going to be very good, right? All right, so then we have Vegito Blue and Int Gogeta. Int Gogeta is super good, but this guy is just different, right? Like, the thing about this guy that makes him so crazy is he's a combo of the different types of ways they build these Vegito units, right? You look at Tech Vegito Blue is built around all of his counters and stacking, and then you have, like, AGL Super Vegito, Physical Super Vegito, those units who are built around doing their, like their damage from counterattacks, right? But this guy's got both, right? And then they were like, oh, let's just be hilarious, and let's just go ahead and give this guy greatly raising attack and defense on super attack, when this guy can quadruple super. Now, I would say it's relatively common that you could see him double super. Anything more than that is going to be a bit more on the rare side, right? And I've found that oftentimes if he's supering, you know, a good once or twice before, he is taking damage, that 40% damage reduction of his combined with his pretty good defense, especially after he super attacks, he really is quite a tanky boy, and he's doing so much damage. This is a unit who, after his EZA, I feel as though he has never been overrated, right? Like, he actually is that good. Int Gogeta is great as well, but I do think Physical Vegito Blue is superior, right? Int Gogeta can be a little bit, well, he potentially can be a bit better in slot 1 in like a Super Battle Road setting, because, you know, he will have the chance to dodge with a Rainbow Orb. He does lower enemy attack, and he does have pretty good defense, right? But just as long as this Vegito is not getting supered before he super attacks, he is pretty good defensively. I mean, yeah, his APT is way high. I mean, there's no doubt about that, right? All right, so what are their partners? Okay. Transformed LR Vegito Blue, huh? Okay. I mean, that's just turn 4. This guy's got an HP restriction as well, but they're both turn 4. This is Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Okay. What team? Okay, so they're running them on, that's the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan 3 / Otherworld Warrior team. Okay. Seems like an odd team to calculate on, but sure, whatever. Alright, so we have Physical Super Vegito here, and then Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I actually need to pull up, Physical Super Vegito. It's been a while. That's not a unit I've used very often in years, it feels like. Because they really bumped down his damage reduction, did he not? Does he also have 40%? Physical Super Vegeta. I'm very interested to see what his EZ is going to look like. He has 50%, right? He builds up that attack, and then, you know, he's doing ridiculous damage with his counters. Yeah, I don't know why they made this guy when they did. They were so scared of him that they took a lot of what made AGL Super Vegito so good. They took away from this guy, right? Like, he has Prepare for Battle, but he lost Shocking Speed that AGL Super Vegito has. You know, AGL Super Vegito has, 80% damage reduction? This guy's only got 50. Like, they very seemingly heavily nerfed this guy. But I'm going to be very curious to see what his EZA is going to look like. And, you know, he potentially might not be that far away. I actually only recently got this guy to full level 10 links as well. Alright, so again, I have not really used this guy too much, so I can't comment too much on this. I mean, this guy has always been so good. I've liked him way better than this Vegito, right? That super attack counter ability of his at 70% is just, like, so nuts. It feels so common for him to super attack counter. I actually think I would prefer if they had made the Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just a little bit worse. And instead, like, he had the 70% chance to counter, because Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta only has a 50% chance to counter, but that's 70, like, you could tell the difference. 15% chance to receive a super attack, roughly 3 attacks per slot. Okay. I mean, most of the time, I feel like you will see the super attack in slot 1, but I guess in things, like, some of the really difficult content, right? So, like, Legendary Goku events or the God event, they oftentimes are attacking so many times per turn that I would say it is relatively common, right? Where you'll see the super attack actually take place in slot 3. Like, I remember when the normal Legendary Goku event first came out, that was a common thing that would happen to kill my runs, is the bastard would be super attacking in slot 3, right? So they have this Vegito at a higher APT, but Gogeta has higher defense. Yeah, I think Gogeta is a much better unit than this guy. We'll see. Both are going to be very interesting. They're both on the cusp of taking over. These are both going to be crazy EZAs. This guy, it's just obvious he's going to be a god, but this one, I'm a little bit more intrigued to see what they do, right, with him. You guys know what I'm going to say. Just go overboard on defense for him, and I'd love him, right? All right, so we have these two together. Int Vegito looks like he's got higher defense, but the physical Gogeta unit's got higher APT. One reason for that is I believe their link set is slightly better, is it not? Don't they have a slightly different link here? Let me pull them up side by side. The Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, here we go. And I also want to pull up. Let me go final trump card. And then pull up them. What is it? They have one link difference. They have Golden Warrior, and then they have Saiyan lineage. Oh no, the Vegito unit has a better link set. Yeah, because they have Saiyan lineage instead of Golden Warrior. That's way better, dude. Okay. So I'm misremembering right there. 2 rainbow orbs. Alternate between slots to get the most amount of ki for the rotation. Okay. Link total 70% attack, 5% defense. Okay, sure. So then we have them transformed. Now, again, when it comes time to talk about these two, right? Like this guy, and then, well, there's more than I thought. This guy down here. They don't really fall into line with what I say when I'm sort of complaining about counter units. They're a little bit different in that their stats are so high, right? And, like, he's got this massive... where is it? 150% attack at the start of turn, and then he's an LR with 18,400 attack, which is a bit lower than normal for a summonable LR because obviously they knew he was a counter unit, right? But he's still, this guy is able to do really good damage with his counters. Again, the LR Vegito units, this guy and the STR one, not really what I'm talking about when I'm complaining about the counter units. It's the TURs. Their damage when you're not doing the crit counters is just very, very underwhelming, if not basically just flat out 0, right? Defense a bit higher, APT's a bit higher. Yeah, I mean, this Gogeta is definitely good with the super effective against all types, but I definitely would say this guy performs better. All right, so then you have these two together. He has a higher APT. I mean, Gogeta's way better defensively. I don't even think it's close. This guy can stack all day long, and usually his defense is very underwhelming. He's linked with Transform Blue Gogeta. This guy's linked with God Goku. They're both linked with STR Vegito. Okay, sure. 8.3% transformation uptime. Yeah, it does not utilize the 3 turns of his stacking. What is that? Vegito Blue. What is it exactly that he does? Is it just raises attack for 3 turns on blue, or is it attack and defense? He greatly raises attack for 3 turns. That's a 50% attack buff for 3 turns, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. Because that's part of what the EZA, Trunks, Goten, and Android 18 have that makes them so impressive, right? I mean, when I'm comparing these two, to me, I just feel this guy is just head and shoulders better. This AGL Gogeta. This guy, another EZA that intrigues me, and I feel like he's probably not too far off. All right, so then we have these two, the blue fusions together. Vegito, slightly more defense, and more APT, huh? He's hitting harder. Orna Flash. So they're linked with their sort of like opposite buddy. Am I... Okay, I see. Are they just using the transformed picture, but that's not actually... No, because then they're using that right there. Because it's like... And maybe I'm high. Maybe I'm crazy. Isn't this impossible? They both transform in turn 4, right? So you can't have the base Gogeta linked with the blue Vegito, or base Vegito linked with the blue Gogeta, right? Like, I must be missing something, surely. I will say this. I mean, we're talking about... This is not talking about them transformed. I've found that this guy transformed I like better. Gogeta, his damage is overwhelming, but especially when you start talking about difficult content, this guy with the guaranteed double supers, I feel like his defense is definitely looking a lot more impressive than this Gogeta. But these guys... These might actually be the 2 most underrated units in the game. Many people act like they're just not that good, which is just like insanity, right? It's just craziness. These guys are absolutely very impressive. No way I'd call either of them bad. Here's the 2... Yeah, okay, this guy... this is not very fair to Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Yeah, it's... Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, they made like a really amazing banner unit basically, whereas Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta at the time was like the most impressive Dokkan Fest TUR, right? So it's just like, yeah, Vegito just has no chance to look as good, right? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is giving himself 50% defense on super attack. You know, they have the same chance to counter supers. This guy is still really good though. You know, he's got that support type buff as well. They haven't linked with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Okay, that makes sense. And then this guy will link with the Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku. Okay. The only problem with doing that is that this guy gets absolutely just ass blasted nowadays. And then these are the two best versions of the character. Blue Gogeta against this Vegito. Yeah, I mean, this guy's the best unit on this list for sure. Transformed SCR Vegito. Again, I feel like we're gonna see the remade version of, I got rid of them, this guy. We have to be getting a new version of this soon, because SCR Vegito is almost a year ago now. Like, they're definitely going to do the upgrade for this one. Maybe for Tanabata? Maybe this is the next Dokkan Fest after Kid Gohan. We'll see. Yeah, 22. Okay, now, again, I, myself, would agree, like, the damage he does, it definitely, like I would say lines up with, like, these numbers, right? Sometimes the numbers, I feel like, are a little bit stupid, because it's just all averages and stuff like that, and it doesn't properly account for what's taking place in-game. I just feel like it's ridiculous a lot of the time. But this Vegito absolutely is, like, head and shoulders, like, damage-wise over a lot of these characters. These two transformed are definitely still crazy, right? Like, I feel like the turn, like, the most impressive turn you could pretty much get in the game would be these two transformed, getting their active skill off in slot 3 and then running them in slot 1. Like, Vegito, 50% chance to dodge, you know, like 300k defense, and he quadruple supers. Like, that turn is just, like, craziness. I got that when I took Vegito Blue into the God event, my God event video for this guy. I actually was able to get that turn, and oh, was that just a joy to watch. And then you have Gogeta Blue is linked with him, and then this guy's linked with that guy. Yeah, I mean, I have gotten that rotation recently in the Goku event, so definitely is possible. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Was there actually, like, a... Okay, you know, I probably would say I like the Gogetas of Dokkan better currently. Well, nah, I can't say that with this guy around, honestly. He's just too good. I feel like once we get the remake of the physical LR Gogeta, then I'll like the Gogetas better. Because it's like, I like him better. I like him better. I like this guy better. I guess I do like him better as well. Here, I mean, this is a wash. I probably like this guy better as Saiyan Lineage. I like him better. I definitely like him better. Yeah. And I probably... No, the Vegitos. Yeah, Vegitos. The defense. Because AGL Super Vegito, again, like, STR Gogeta, I feel like is, like, just not really... Like, he can do damage, but, like, defensively, he's just so low. I don't really consider this guy a great option anymore. But this guy, I'm still using all the time, right? Because he's far better defensively than a lot of people realize. So, like, me personally, so 1 for Vegito, 2 for Vegito, I'll say 3, 4, 5, 6 out of what? So I like Vegito better with 6 of 9. Yeah, so there you go. So let me know what you guys think of some of the numbers here for these Gogeta and Vegito units. I am patiently waiting for the remake of Gogeta, man. Oh, it's going to be such a buff. What teams is he on? Oh, yeah. Power Revival, Connected Hope, Final Trump Card. Oh, Movie Hero. What? That's going to be a buff. They're probably going to... The remake for this guy is probably going to be a Movie Hero leader. Oh, that's going to make the Movie Hero team just so crazy. That's how you make the Movie Hero team mega relevant for the 2022 Dragon Ball Super movie. Make the remake of this character the Movie Hero leader. Oh! People are going to be running that team all day long. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.